Hello everyone, our names are Artem and Kristina. A few years ago we moved to Bali and now we're building villas here. And this channel is an attempt to show you the whole process from the inside.
Today we'll tell you about the construction of our first complex in Cemagi, consisting of 11 villas.
Watch until the end and you'll find out how we sold the entire complex in just 1 month and 10 stories. After arriving on the island, we received many offers for cooperation and partnership. But inside, I felt that I didn't want to be a part of someone else's story, but wanted to create my own. But I was actually constantly looking for land for my project. I wanted to create something unique and cool. And one day I was walking here in the Cemagi area, also looking at the land that was available. I met a local and he just asked the question, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Well, I'm looking. I want to build something cool." He said, "Come on, I'll show you some land. I have some." And we drive with him for literally 5 minutes. We arrive at the land and he offers me land with a direct view of the ocean. I could barely contain my excitement from this amazing view, understanding that it could greatly affect the price. So I held back my emotions and didn't say anything to him. We didn't even sign a contract. We just shook hands and that was it. I offered to give him a deposit several times, but he refused. And you know what? He waited for me for a whole year. It's just phenomenal. I've never heard stories like that before, that locals could wait for so long. Guys, have you ever had a situation where you put everything on the line and it worked out? You felt, this is it, this is mine? Please share in the comments. It's very interesting to read what cool stories you had. Even when we signed the contract, we still couldn't pay the full amount needed because we didn't have it at the time. We spent all the money we had on developing our project. We then agreed with the owner that he would grow rice on this land one more time, and after he harvests the crop, we would pay him the cost of this land. But then we put absolutely everything on the line. We sold our apartment, we sold our house, and we just went all in.
You know, actually going for your dream is quite scary and exciting because you make a choice to stay in a comfortable and safe life where everything is clear, or you jump into the abyss with full dedication. And there wasn't a single day when we regretted it, and everything worked out for us.
Our plot is located in the best place between Nuanu, on one side, which is the city of the future where many different events take place, and on the other side, it's Pererenan and Canggu. It's a developed infrastructure, the best cafes and restaurants. It's literally a 5-minute drive to Nuanu and 7 minutes to Pererenan. In this regard, it's a huge advantage for rentals. Very close to our complex, there are cafes, restaurants, an international kindergarten, and a gym. So you won't have to go far, it's a maximum of 5 minutes. We'll also create our own walking area with access to the beach where you can go for a run in the morning or just sunbathe and relax. Right now, we're in a stunning palm grove, which is just a 1-minute walk from our complex. This place belongs to the local village. Religious ceremonies are held here from time to time, so this place can be developed and it will stay here. You'll be able to take walks here, do yoga, and just meet up with friends and look at the ocean.
We're building one house for ourselves here because we love this location with its ocean view so much, where you can take a walk without huge crowds of tourists and watch the stunning sunsets. That's why we want to have a house here for ourselves and want to live here.
We redesigned the project itself 4 times because initially I had an idea to create some really super unique spaces, unique villas with very complex architecture, a bionic style. But when I talked to various real estate agents and presented this project, none of them believed in it because it's a very complex design. They said that no one has ever built anything like this in Bali, so it would be hard for the market to imagine how it would actually be implemented. That's the first thing. And the second is that everyone would doubt whether I could actually build it for the prices I set at the pre-sale stage. In order to ensure a good ocean view from every villa, we had to create different levels. In this section, we have a drop of 2.5 meters relative to our access road, where the first 7 villas will be located, and we raised all the pools to the 2nd floor so that there would be an ocean view from the 2nd floor. In this section, on the other hand, we'll add a bit more soil, about 1.5 meters, and the next 4 villas will start here. They will also have a pool on the 2nd floor, and the lower villas won't block the view, so they'll have the same stunning view of the ocean. Also, this side is the sunset side, so not only will you see the ocean, everyone who stays in these villas will see the ocean, they will also see a beautiful sunset. And you know how beautiful the sunsets are in Bali. Okay guys, now let me give you some numbers. We were designing this project for about 8 months because we had to keep changing the concepts. Our first concept was for just 4 villas. These are technically quite complex projects, but they're interesting and are actually very popular with tourists. But the main problem was that the entry price for investors was quite high. That is, these villas came out to around $600,000 to $700,000. Accordingly, there aren't that many investors with that kind of capital, right? So, after some careful consideration, we decided to completely redesign this project. We eventually came to the conclusion that we would need approximately 10 to 12 units in total. At first, we worked with local architects, but the result they gave us, well, we didn't really like it. There was no standout design, it was just very ordinary architecture, which is quite common on the island. So we ended up facing a lot of competition from the properties located nearby. Then we turned to another team. We asked them to create a concept, but there were also many difficulties with that concept. In the end, we had to do a lot of it. Well, right alongside them. In the end, we finalized this concept on our own, and we ended up with a rather interesting and good project in a kind of old Dubai style with these beautiful little streets. We even included a fountain in the project. Everything blended together very harmoniously. It was very beautiful. And it was with this project that we initially entered the market. In the end, we ended up with 11 villas. I also wanted to mention that our project is adjacent to a rice field. This rice field belongs to the neighboring hotel. We have an eco hotel nearby. They leased the land for a garden, and they grow rice for the hotel there. They grow tomatoes, cucumbers, eggplants, and so on. They also leased this land for 25 years. And so, on one side, at least for the upper level villas, we have a view of the ocean, and on the other side, we still have a view of the rice field, which is not planned to be developed for the next 25 years. So in this regard, it's, well, a truly unique property on the market. Bali is a rapidly developing market. There's a lot of construction here. We chose the Cemagi area. What makes it attractive and interesting? First of all, in Bali, a metro construction project has now appeared, and Cemagi is actually the final station of the first metro line, which starts from the Ngurah Rai airport. Tourists will be able to get to our location quite quickly. It will be convenient, no extra traffic jams, and so on. It's a quiet place near the ocean, it's enclosed, it's a dead-end road, so there won't be any additional extra traffic. And now for the most interesting part, the project's financial indicators. If our investor decides to resell this project upon completion of construction, the return will be 50%. The return from rental income is 25%. I understand that many people, upon hearing these numbers, are a bit bewildered and say that it's a scam, that it's impossible, and that such returns don't exist in the Bali market. Yes, it's true, many properties do not offer such returns. Our entry price for our specific investor was extremely attractive, which is why they can expect a high return. That's the first thing. Second, the location. This property is located near the ocean with a stunning view. When you get there, you'll realize that it's a little corner of luxury life right in Canggu. All of this together provides a good income. We have our own management company that will fully manage this property, which reduces our costs for maintaining the villas and thereby also increases our investors' income. In the end, we sold the entire complex of 11 villas for several $1 million. And because we managed to attract one major investor, we offered him a very good price. And now, according to calculations, the payback period for the entire complex is just 4 years. And the most interesting part is that in parallel with this project, we also launched Virgin Quiet, which is located in the east of the island in the Karangasem Regency.
We sold a complex of 11 villas in 1 month through Artem's Instagram, which has only 200 followers, using just one channel, Stories. A lot of people doubted that it was even possible because, well, there were too few followers. It doesn't work like that. I had no doubt that it would work. There was one friend who was especially critical of what we were doing. He said, "You won't succeed, it's impossible, don't waste your time." But it was he who sold the villas to his friend. We thought he would buy 2 to 4 villas and the rest would be sold by agents. But he bought all 11.
And so here we are at the start. We have a project, we have the land, and we have a mission. How it will turn out, time will tell. But if you've watched up to this point, it means you're with us. In the next episode, we'll tell you what this project is, why absolutely everyone wanted it, and how we almost failed right at the very start. See you.
Bye-bye.